What up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Yes, Rise here with Placebo Cause Blog. Today, I want to talk about Dee-1's interview with Sway in the morning. And I know you're going to ask about, am I going to do the Triple E review? Yes, I am. Might be a little late. Got some personal things that are changing from a personal standpoint. So, next week going to be a real busy week. So, you probably won't hear my review till the following week. Okay? Might not be, but as of now, that's where it's looking. So, you don't have to ask, am I going to review the Triple E album? Yes, I am. Thank you. Now, let's get to the Dee-1 Sway in the Morning interview. If you haven't seen it, go look at it on YouTube. Alright? It's his latest interview. Talks about his faith, record label, etc. BT Cypher. One of the interesting things was in that interview he talked about not wanting to be known as just a positive rapper, but he wants to be known as a man of God first, because his relationship with the Lord, relationship with the Father, that doesn't want to be, I guess, his legacy of being a quote-unquote positive rapper. And when Dee-1 started out, and I wasn't with Dee-1 when he started out, I probably heard him, I don't know, was it 2011 maybe? So this was after the 50 Wheezy song. It was after that. And everybody was telling me, like, yeah, he's a Christian, but he's basic category as a rapper that's a Christian. So, I listened to him and I liked him. I like rappers who are Christians. I like both. But you can definitely see that change, similar to those who followed Brea's career. He was in a similar camp, went from a positive rapper and to who he is today, what he calls himself a gospelist. If you see my interview with Brea. And I'm seeing this change in Dee-1 as well. And this point of the video is not the age-old debate about Christian rappers, can you be a Christian rapper, etc. My concern when I heard him say that was this audience that he built up. Because when you, and this ain't a criticism, this is really, I want to get y'all guys' thoughts on this. I want to get your opinion. When you build a fan base, right, and particular people, he has, I'm not going to say a significant, I don't know the percentage, but he has, a fan base that is actually non-Christians. Saying he's been on tour with Macklemore, he discussed that in his mixtapes, etc. But when you put, that out there, that the way I want to be identified now is as a Christian and not just a positive person, we know the various reactions to that because some of those fans are not Christians. Doesn't mean that of course they don't know he's a Christian. They know he's a Christian and listen to his music. But they're not Christians. And when you put it out there that boldly, some people are going to be like, well, I can respect that, but I'm not a Christian and I don't want to hear that much about Christianity, or I can't relate to I hear the Christianity's lyrics, but I like him because of his positive raps, because he talks about the black community, because he talks about, issues of ignorance with black people. I like that about him and putting out these positive songs. Yes, the Christian, quote unquote, they will say stuff is in there, but I like him because of that positive aspect. My question is this: is there a way with a lot of these rappers that they can maintain that non-Christian audience at the same time be bold for their faith? And in my opinion, I haven't seen it a lot. Most of the time when these people grow in their faith, and I'm not against growing in your faith, they begin to more cater to Christians. I mean, to me, no malice, I would put him in the Christian rap category. Dee-1, I don't know yet. But once they begin to make that shift, once they begin to grow in the Lord, the question is, how can they be bold about their faith and at the same time maintain that non-Christian audience? Now, if you heard this new song, he has some positive rap in there, but the first verse is clearly, if I was a non-Christian, I'd be like, oh, okay. Because he said, if you're not about my, you know what I'm saying, if you're not, I'm paraphrasing, something similar like, if you don't have the same goal as I have, then you're an enemy, right? If you're not a Christian, you hear that, you might think, well, if you're saying I'm not a Christian, then I'm his enemy. Now, he might not mean it in that way. He might just mean in terms of like goals and stuff like that. But it could come off in that way, right? If not interpreted, I don't know how he wants to interpret it. But then you listen to the other verse, you're like, oh, that sounds like the old Dee-1 talking about positive stuff. Is he going to be able to maintain that non-Christian audience and be able to, you know, talk to them, still be able to get into the positive circles, but at the same time, be able to talk boldly about his faith? And that's a concern I have. And I want to get you guys' thoughts on that. What do you think? Do you think he's going to be able to do that? Is it, or does he care? Is he like, forget it, I don't care what nobody thinks. I'm bold for the Lord. I want to talk about, you know, sin or whatever. Which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, at the same time, is it a way you can appeal as a positive rapper and at the same time talk about your faith as well? Can you do both? Where you can please both, and maybe please ain't the right word, but that you can cater to both audiences. Want to get y'all guys' thoughts on that? Love it. Here with Proceed with Cost Blog, Kobe Sesson, I'm out.